Okay, so last week I had diarrhea, and I went into Google, and I discovered this thing called the Brat Diet. It stands for bananas, rice, applesauce, and toast. And I went through all that shit, and then when I got to the toast, I started feeling this burning sensation in my stomach. And I ran towards the bathroom, and I started taking that painful shit. And as I was taking that painful shit, I started reading on Google, and it said that the 24-grain bread that I had eaten would speed up the shitting process because of the fiber. So I was like, fuck, man. And after that, started developing a rash. It's really bad. And, put a couple of creams on that ass, and but the diarrhea was still there. So what I did, I had to do some methods in order, take a couple of methods, in order to make the shit not hurt so much. So my cousin, he's into martial arts, and he told me about this thing called the Samurrhea. Now what you do is you sit down on the toilet, and then you put up your leg like this, and then you have to straighten up your back. You have to put your pant leg down too, because you gotta be ready for combat in case, somebody tries to attack you while you're dropping a deuce. I don't have any enemies, but I didn't want to fuck up the method, so I dropped 2 samurais. After the second samurai, my leg was cramping up, getting old and shit. So I figured out this other technique, and what you do is you squat. You don't want your asshole to touch the toilet, because if it spreads the asshole, it'll make the straining process a little bit fucked up, because it's like a little turtle coming out, It's like birding and shit. But all right, so what you do is you squat, and you just let the shit come out. It comes out real quick, like, ay, a la verga. A la verga means fuck, that shit hurt. And after a while, another thing I was having is trouble with the toilet paper. When I was wiping my ass, it was starting to hurt, so I was like, man, I gotta do something about this. And as I was doing my squatting method one time, I was like this, and then just, and then I looked up and I saw this hair dye kit that my girlfriend has, and I was like, got an idea. And so I was walking towards it, and a little bit of like shit juice came out, like you never had diarrhea, get the fuck out of here. And I got the hair dye kit, and I took out the bottle, the little bottle that comes in it, put a little bit of some little warm water, and I walked back to the toilet, stepped on my little puddle, that I left behind, and I sat down. I just spread that ass, just like in the magazines. And it actually felt pretty good, It stung a little bit because of the cuts I had developed in my asshole, but I mean, it helped, That and the squatting technique, got me through the diarrhea. And I'm just, thankful to have my health back, because it's crazy some of the shit that we take for granted, whether it's taking a nice little ice creamy shit without the burn, without the churl, or, if it's like a nice, like ham sandwich with 24-grain bread, of course, and doing a little kung fu or whatever. But another thing, I want to thank my kids for being there for me this whole time, I mean, they're 3 years old and 6 months, but if it wasn't for that butt paste, I don't know where my asshole would be right now, for real. All right, keep it real.